Hello and welcome back to Microloan Microphone, Episode 4. I'm Tristan Brown, the Illinois Operations Manager for Justine Petersen, and today we have Jack Hsiao of LaTea UIUC, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his business. So Jack, tell us a little bit about how you heard about Justine Petersen to start off today.
Well, I heard about Justine Petersen through online announcement, a partnership announcement through a small business website, and and I apply. Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Perfect. Well, and I know that your company is named LaTea UIUC, and I know that there's a couple other LaTeas out there. So please explain that, and please tell us a little bit about your journey up to this point.
Definitely. So LaTea UIUC is the corporation we formed, the LLC. We do business as LaTea Bubble Tea, and that's a brand I founded back in 2013. Yeah, and we have four. Used to have five location, and we closed one down last year after the pandemic. It was rough, but
And you talked a little bit about the pandemic. Can you talk a little bit about the challenges that you faced during that time, and especially as a business owner, and especially as a business that offers some sort of food product, you know?
definitely. So during pandemic, especially at our college location, we gone through quite a bit of challenges, like online course, mandatory online course, and students are not coming out. They are not even on campus anymore. So location-wise, like for the Champaign location, yeah, we definitely seen a great deal of suffering. I wouldn't say it's suffering like to that extent, but like we lost about 50% of sales. This is right after you can see that drop, and fortunately that we ride it out with the government aid and also with my personal saving. A lot of it went back to the business. Yeah, and here we are.
Now, whenever it comes to pivoting, what were the kinds of things that you had to do during the pandemic? Was it DoorDash, Grubhub, moving forward with those kinds of products? And then what did it look like opening back up once the pandemic restrictions were lifted?
Definitely. So we have to utilize every resource we have, like for revenue stream. So DoorDash, yeah, you name it. We were on the platform already before then, but just you'll see a jump, like 100% increase, like compare pre-pandemic to pandemic. But again, those are delivery platform where they take a big chunk of your sales, like 30%, averaging about 25 to 30%. So yeah, of course it does help. Nothing bad. I wouldn't say anything bad against it, but just like, yeah, it does move a lot towards those platform, and we also have to be smart about scheduling, as well as like analyzing our like reports based on hourly sales, staff accordingly, and then also move being more creative, offering more take home product that you can prepare. So, for example, we sell bubble tea. Our main business is selling bubble tea. So we create a product where you can just basically make bubble tea at home. Like, so you don't have to go to the store as often. Yeah, like a microwave pack that we did with our house made boba. That's what made us special. It's my grandmother's recipe. So fortunately, since we make the boba in house, so we can do that without adding more preservative, which is against our practice. Yes.
I love that. I love that little pivot that you did during that time. So let's backtrack a little bit. I know that you said that you had started the original location in 2013. What were you doing before that? What you said a little bit about your grandma. What made you take that leap of faith into becoming an entrepreneur and a business owner?
So before 2013, I was a student at Purdue. My journey started when I was little. My family, they're entrepreneur by blood, I think. So my grandmom, she started her business in 70s, raising 7 kids. And with my grandpa, like they started various business. Boba, that's one of them. She used to make and sell boba in the 80s as like a standalone dessert. Before bubble tea was invented, boba was served on its own like a dessert. And she later on started her own catering business where she just catered to weddings, funeral, whichever, like wherever there's a need for catering, for serving food. So growing up, my dad, my mom, they're also entrepreneur. My dad has his own tutor school. He started, where they're extremely busy. So half the time I spend most of my half of my childhood in my grandmom's place, and like naturally seeing how she practiced her business really inspired me. I knew one day I want to do similar things, just like start my own business. So that really started there, the seed, and just passion for food and growing your business, how you treat your employee, how you source your ingredient. Those became now I look back, it's really what builds me why I started LaTea. So before I came to the state, I knew my passion is either in human interaction, food or service industry or food industry. I knew that. So I came here and studied pursuing that degree in hospitality and tourism management at Purdue. Back then, I have to kind of, you know, like show off a little bit. Yeah, back then, Purdue was ranked number one in hospitality and tourism management for undergrad. So naturally, I applied because it was number one. I knew what I want. I applied. I got in. I done all the rotation in in hotel, in hospitality industry, even in food, restaurants, and I was on the team for private chef team, serving Purdue president, hosting fundraiser, various private events. So working through that and also systematic training, I was able to develop my own brand, sourcing my own product, develop my own recipe. Bubble tea is a very unique business that has been developed over the past 30 years. They are factory that produce everything. You can literally pick up a phone or email someone that they can ship you the whole package. But what's in it? You never know. There's a lot of artificial flavoring. There's a lot of additive to preserve it. It's all made overseas. That's something that wasn't what I raised, what I'm familiar with. My grandma didn't taught me that. She always sourced fresh food. So that's why after I graduated, the more I invested into the business, I knew I had to make some changes to create my own brand, to create my own niche in the market. It's providing a different, my own interpretation of bubble tea, and that's why I started. Yeah, hope that answered your question.
Yeah. No, I love that answer, keeping it in the family and developing your own twist to it. Now, we're going to segue into the next question where I'm asking, what do you think of Justine Petersen, just the total product, the experience working with me, and what has it opened for you? What has it been able to do for you?
Definitely, and Tristan has been amazing. Uh, since when I saw it back then, it was in November last year. The reason we are looking into it, we're buying inventory wholesale, and so it came to me. I was like, okay, sure, why not? This is my first time taking out a loan, and I wasn't familiar with it. And Justin, I no, sorry, I set a meeting with Tristan, yeah, and yep, that's that. And he really walked me through the process, made it really easy for me.
I'm glad that you had such a successful process, and I'm so happy that you're here today. And I mean, I am definitely a guinea pig in of itself. He brings me boba teas every time he comes, and he's just a joy to have around. I love Jack. So, just a few more questions to end off the segment. What are your future goals with the business? Where are you wanting to see this business 1, 3, 5 years down the line?
Definitely. So at the moment, my focus has like always been not just this location. This location on its own, yes. I pay a lot of attention to, especially after pandemic. Our goal was to stabilize post pandemic, and now it's student are back, and we're gaining sales data wise. It shows, yeah, we made the right decision to stuck it through. Now our focus is back on track where before pre pandemic our goal has always been, yeah, grow nationwide and open more new location, and also expand in West Coast and Midwest, and that's definitely our goal for LaTea. And we just had several very successful event in California, like catering to Amazon Studio, Sony Studio, TikTok office. It was great. I was personally there for at least two of the event. It was just great. Great promotion. People love our product. The difference that it made, like what I mentioned earlier, the niche, like house made, sourcing our own ingredients instead of like relying on like bottle syrup, bottle flavor. Nah, none of that. Yeah, I like to create my own recipe. That's really my true passion. It's creating flavors, play around food ingredients. Yeah, and really serve our guests like family, like how I was raised. Yeah, growing up, which I didn't mention, like when I was little. While my grandma had events, she always had to prepare a day or two before that big event. She'll just be prepping with her team at the kitchen, and I would just be running around in the kitchen as like stealing food, and she would keep on feeding me. And it's like she would teach me, hey, this is chicken thigh, how you should prep it. This is like braised pork, braised beef, whatever. And she would just walk me through, like kind of like, or listening to how she explained to the sous chefs. It's like it was amazing, and through that journey, yeah. Like, sorry, I forgot your question, but I hope I answered it.
It was about your future goals. You did, but I'm so glad that you backtrack. I love the stories with your grandma. I really do.
She is really my mentor. She was really my mentor, someone I look up to. She really took care of me, my value, treat people like how you want to treat it. Before I came to the state, she knew, like yeah, every time I went back while I was in school, like during summer break, she always reminded me, always smile to people, don't get in fights, be nice. Like at the time, I was like, okay, yeah, sure. But now I see why she was successful, and especially during pandemic, yeah, it's hard to put a smile on your face, and like it really affect people around you and the energy you created. I think it would really help you in life, in business, in everything.
She really gave you the tools to develop yourself into the person you are today. It really sounds like,
And
which is
definitely just Justin Peterson. Thank you for the cash flow.
we got one more question today. So, what advice would you give to someone just starting out their business, a young entrepreneur or even an old one that just is going after their passion?
Definitely. If anything, I would say finding something that you're passionate about. It's it definitely will help a lot. Might not be the must. Like yeah, like creating a healthy income. Yeah, of course. But startup, you got to do something you're familiar with, or at least you know a lot about. You got to do your homework. Money aside, yeah, money is important. But if you don't know what you're gonna do, you don't have a product or a product you know enough about, you're you're either going to learn it the hard way by jumping in too fast, or yeah, someone else know better would destroy you. Unfortunately, well, that's just the rule of the game. Yeah, the reality exactly. So, if anything, do your homework before I started even that first location. After I graduated in 2012, I spent a year just developing my product, sourcing, finding U.S. sourced ingredient, and also finding my overseeing uh, partners like grocer. U.S. don't grow tea, so I have to work with a grower in Taiwan, like tea farmer that really grow the tea and utilizing quality tea. That's another. I can go in a lot more, but just like that journey, you got to know your product, to really develop, like to step, like gain a market in whatever you're doing. Yeah. So
Take some time, find your passion, develop, and differentiate yourself between the within the market.
whatever you're doing.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Jack. I really enjoyed our I really enjoyed our conversation. And this is Microloan Microphone episode 4 with LaTea UIUC. Thank you.